Accessing.
When TV and radio collide.
Love it.
Wow. This is what you get. You're listening to JJ and Alex. Presented by G2G Bars.
Don't touch that dial.
On 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
All right, everybody, welcome back. JJ and Alex, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. We've quickly become massive hockey fans, of course, here in town. And if you're talking about hockey and we're talking about this Utah Hockey Club, it just has been one day of good news after the next since everything's been coming here to Utah, and it's really exciting. Another one for us today, the Hockey Club. Utah Hockey Club announcing that they re-signed forward Barrett Hayton to a 2-year deal. That's a big one because they've been revitalizing the defensive core, and now they get some of these guys they feel like are going to be awesome on that scoring line and giving them all that they can be to be this team that everybody's looking at to be the best. Joining us on the program right now, Barrett Hayton, Utah Hockey Club. Barrett, congrats on the new deal, man.
Yeah, thank you very much. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for having me on.
Congrats, Barrett. We're thrilled to have you here in Salt Lake City and in Utah and to be a part of this new era of hockey here in Utah. How excited are you to be a part of this?
So excited. It's such a special opportunity for myself to be a part of this. Obviously, having that trip down to Utah really sparked all that energy, seeing the love from the fans and support. And, it's super exciting, and I can't wait to get started here.
Obviously, the tumult of kind of just like the changes that this franchise has gone through just over the last 6 months and 8 months. You had some injuries last season that hampered a lot of progress for you personally. But when you saw what the club was going through versus what now Ryan and Ashley Smith and the whole SEG group and really kind of even since the draft, like all of these names that they've been adding, the defense has been shored up. Explain a little bit about how big of a deal it is that things are moving in this direction, and Utah's having one of the best off seasons of any of the teams in the NHL right now.
Yeah, 100%. It's been special to see the moves we've made, the progress, everything along the way. Obviously, since everything became official, and obviously it started with that trip and seeing the Delta Center and the fans. And the Smiths really rolled out the red carpet for us and made us feel at home in what's going to be our new home in Utah. So couldn't be more excited about that and getting down there and playing in front of the fans. You talk about the moves we made and bringing in some real impact players. And, you mentioned myself going through some injury stuff last season. It's great to be back healthy, and I'm excited to be a big part of this team and helping us take the next step. And really bringing our game to the next level.
I know it is a priority for the franchise to get you to sign on the dotted line and to have you back. It's great to have this locked up because now we look at on the hockey side of things. I'm looking at that top line, and we know how good you guys were 2 years ago when you were healthy. Caden Keller on the left, and Nick Schmaltz on the right. You in center. That's a pretty formidable top line. You got to be excited about that group being locked down and looking forward to playing with each other for the next couple of years.
Yeah, 100%. It's great to have that locked in. You talk about the success we were able to have 2 seasons ago, and we're looking to get back right off that foot from the jump this season. We were fortunate to build some great chemistry and be an impact line for our team. And like I said, we're looking to start that from day one and bring a big impact for the Utah Hockey Club.
So when you see you get to sit down with Bill Armstrong, Chris Armstrong, and you guys all sit down and you start chatting about what a future looks like. What have they described to you as what they think can really be kind of the top of what this team can do? Because I think that sometimes people get the excitement of a new club coming here mixed up with, and they're going to be contenders immediately. But at the same time, this is a team that was already kind of on the verge with a lot of young guys. What is the leadership at the top and of course, Bear, what do they talk about with you about what the potential of this team is?
Yeah, there's a ton of belief in this group. You talk about the young players we have coming up, obviously the guys who have solidified themselves, the Clayton Kellers, Nick Schmaltz, those impact players and the leadership group. And you talk about the progress we've been able to make. And I talked about it earlier about us taking the next step. And with the moves we made and guys growing and maturing and having some more experience under their belt, there's a lot of excitement for us. And, we're looking forward to taking that next step. And we're journeying and fighting to reach our ultimate goal. So, like I said, we're hungry and we're ready for the challenge this year to really make an impact and take that next step in this league.
For fans here in Utah that want to get to know you a little bit better, you were born in Peterborough, Ontario. You come from a hockey family. Share a little bit about where you're from and your hockey family and why the sport has meant so much to you.
Yeah. I grew up in Peterborough, Ontario. My dad was a hockey player. He coached me growing up. Hockey was always a massive part of my life growing up in my childhood. Cliche as it sounds, we had an outdoor rink right beside our house. It was a pond, freeze over, start of December. We'd go out there every day and shovel it off and play. And I have so many memories on that rink out there with my dad and friends. And hockey's always been such a big thing for me. So I grew up in Peterborough. That was my childhood. And I went on to play junior hockey in Sault Ste. Marie in Northern Ontario. I was drafted to Arizona, and I've been with the team for the last 5 years. So that's a little background on myself, and really, really excited for this next chapter in Utah.
I think when guys see the names across what these lines could be for you guys, and then you see some of these other younger guys, Logan Cooley, Dylan Gunther, re-signing you, and then having all these other names that are in there. When you look at this, do you look and say, man, this might be the best that we've been in my entire career, and being able to say, couple that up with the team making the move to a big arena and an ownership group that believes in you guys. Where's your head at right now when it comes to an excitement level with this versus the rest of your career?
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely agree with what you're saying with our lineup, with the young talent we have, and really kind of how this has all come together with our group striving the last couple of years and building. And I feel like we're at a great point right now as a team to take the next step. And I don't think there's any better opportunity to do it than coming to Utah. Obviously, having the support of the Smiths and their tremendous ownership. Obviously, the passion from the city and that buzz. So I think we're in the best situation to take that next step, and we're excited for the challenge.
As you're going through this contract process, maybe even since you've came to the deal and made the signing official, have you heard from teammates? Have you talked to any guys about what lies ahead and some of the goals you guys want to accomplish this season?
Yeah, absolutely. I've been really connected with the team throughout the summer, talking to a ton of guys even before I'd signed the contract. Obviously, I always wanted to sign back with the team, and we were working through the progress of getting that done. But have had a ton of contact with the guys throughout the way, and obviously seeing certain moves be made and whatnot, and just the excitement growing and growing and growing. The boys are excited, and there's definitely a lot of communication in the group chat, and guys are looking forward to September and the season starting in October.
Barrett Hayton joining us here on the program, just re-signed with this Utah Hockey Club, another big one for them. They wanted to be able to lock it down, and they got him. And what does it look like now? Like, here's part of the thing that we're doing is we're getting educated ourselves because the off-season stuff sometimes is that's the biggest mystery for us. We didn't know. We'd never covered a full NHL draft from top to bottom. We did it this year. And we know the living and breathing of like an NBA offseason, of an NFL offseason, of college football. But what are you going to do between like right now? What's the typical kind of summer look like for you between July and getting to September in camp and then when the season starts?
Yeah. Happy to give a little rundown about that. Guys throughout the league all do their off seasons a little differently, but overall it's relatively the same. So I came back home to Toronto, Ontario. I spend my summers here. So usually guys will take a little bit of time away at the start of the off season, get a little downtime, a little R&R, and then the work starts. Guys usually get back into the gym and onto the ice and get back training quick. So I'm up here with a group I've been with for the last 5 years. So really ramping things up. And then most guys kind of head to their club cities come mid-August to early September and get back together as a group, get some training in before the official training camp starts, and really get things ramped up and ready to go.
I'm not going to ask you to trash talk because you'll do that on the ice, but I want to know, like, this is the other thing too. Like, we're going to have to figure out a lot of these natural rivalries that come with this in the Central Division of the Western Conference and kind of across the league as well. I think all of us are excited to see anything that's Colorado-based here in the state of Utah, anything Colorado-based, we have a natural rivalry with. So just, set that up. The Avs, I feel like, would already be one also for you guys. But, when you look across the division, is there a team that you look at and you go, oh, my gosh, I can't wait to get at those guys? Or somebody that you have a back and forth with naturally within this division that you go, boy, Utah fans, you better get ready to get loud for these teams. They'll do it for every team, by the way, especially in year one. But what's a team that you look at and you go, circle that one on the calendar?
Yeah, for sure. Obviously, coming to Utah, I'm sure we'll form some new rivalries, and we felt the passion of the fans. So we're looking forward to going into those rivalry games with that on our side, and really being out there at the highest level of competition. But I think Anaheim was always a rivalry we had, obviously being pretty close in proximity, and we had some games against them. I think moving forward, a lot of it will be new, and we'll grow those rivalries, and we'll own those as the Utah Hockey Club. So I think a lot of those rivalries will be formed in this season and the coming seasons. And we couldn't be more excited to have our fan base on our side for all those rivalry games.
Speaking of the fans, October 8th, the season opener at Delta Center. How fired up are you to be playing in front of a full barn? How electric do you expect that? What are you envisioning that night's going to be like as you prepare yourself for October 8th?
Yeah, it's going to be unreal. We saw the noise and the passion of the fans when we came out there and came on stage and did that. So we can only imagine how it's going to be for the opening puck drop of that first game in October. So I couldn't be more excited for that, and we look forward to that opportunity for this group.
The Chicago Blackhawks, that's game one at home, October 8th. It's going to be so exciting for all these fans. We're excited because it's just everything's new for us on this front too, and we can't help but just love all of this and the whole process. So Barrett Hayton, newest member of the Utah Hockey Club, officially signing, and we're excited about having you. We're excited, looking forward to the season. We'll chat with you again in the future here, Barrett. Thanks for being with us.
Yeah, awesome. Appreciate you guys having me on, and couldn't be more excited to be in Utah.
All right, congrats, Barrett. Looking forward to it.
Go Yeti? ? Sorry, I really wanted to sneak that in on him, but I wasn't going to do that to the kid.
These guys don't care, man.
Let Bill Armstrong keep those things coming.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. It is kind of wild to watch this whole process and because they did shift divisions, right? I mean, they've been in this division the whole time.
They're not having to
move
at all.
But it's interesting. He said that the Anaheim, because of the proximity, was a little bit more of and you play them fewer times than you would other teams in the
just by one, I think.
All right. How can we get
you
people
play a lot of the teams in the West more than it's kind of like the NBA.
How can we get these players to really start hating the Colorado Avalanche? Is that bad for me to want to get that going?
A playoff series.
Yes.
A Stanley Cup playoff series. How about that? That'll do it.
I'm going to say it right. I'm going to say it right now. Hey, Jeremy, write this down. 4-2 Utah Hockey Club win in the opening game at the Delta Center. against the Chicago Blackhawks. Blackhawks are
They're not good. No,
sure
they
they
should
signed,
win.
Sure, they
Utah
signed
hockey
one
clubs,
of the best. Yes,
Chicago's not winning that game.
4-2.
That's our night. It's
not
Utah
yours.
Hockey Club's night.
Yes, you're not allowed.
The Utah Hockey Club will be victorious in the opener. Now, they got to go right after that. Prepare yourself for this. We're look at us breaking down the NHL schedule right now. They open against the Blackhawks, 8 p.m. Mountain Time, daylight time on October 8th. But then they head out on the road right out of the gate. Islanders, Rangers, Devils.
Wow.
East Coast on a Thursday, Saturday, Monday deal. That's brutal.
Should we start putting in for you to be able to go to that first road game? You know what I mean? Like, hey, I got to go on this swing.
You mean go to New York to cover 3 games?
That's what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
They say, hey.
That would be unbelievable.
I wouldn't love to be gone this time of the year, but look, seems like it'd be important for us to be out there.
There is a lot of things going on in this market.
Yeah, but.
On a weekend.
Because what day?
October.
Is that a weekend? Is that what it is?
Well, it's Thursday the 10th would be the Islanders. Saturday, the 12th of October in Madison Square Garden against the Rangers. That would be unbelievable. And then Monday at 11 a.m. 11 a.m. Mountain Daylight Time on Monday the 14th. I don't understand why that's the case. On October 14th.
Federal holiday, I think. Is that what it is? What do we call it?
Is that
now?
what we're doing?
Is it Columbus Day still anymore?
We got 1 p.m. Columbus Day
No, it
games?
is. It's a federal holiday. That's why they do it.
Really?
Yeah.
Whatever. So 11 a.m. Mountain Time. You get 11 a.m. hockey.
Here's what I'm saying.
On October 14th.
I don't want to sign you up for too much because I'd go myself if I knew that they would trust me with all sorts of things.
I'm just saying, if you are a hockey fan here and you want to go follow this team, plan that New York trip from the 10th to the 14th.
Yeah.
You could be back on that plane from Newark on the 14th because that's where the Devils play.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be a heck of a trip.
Be awesome
to just go watch your favorite team play all the New York teams, all 3 of them.
Awesome.
I'm just sitting here watching the schedule, like talking to Barrett and looking at the schedule, like this is getting more real.
Yeah.
The closer we get to it, it's
every
just
time we
phenomenal.
do this, I get a little excited.
And the Bruins will be here on the 19th. Like the Boston Bruins are going to be in Utah.
I'm joking. Give me that. More to go. 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.